So, today I picked up cold steel lite 6-inch with the ZX handle. I got this. I got two. I actually ordered two of them. Only one showed up though. You could tell the package that these came in was opened, ripped open, and somebody had taped it back shut. And I thought that was a little curious, but that's another story. Anyway, so I should have two. I wanted to do an unboxing. I already unboxed it earlier, but I wanted to do it again on film or on video anyway. So anyways, I want to go over the box, just kind of show what the box looks like. Steel, Japanese, AUS 8A, stainless, weight 7.5 ounces, blade thick. I hope I didn't get a fake. When I see misspellings like that or bad grammar, blade thick. Wonder if I got a fake here. I may have to investigate this. So here's this side. Cold steel anytime, anywhere. Here's the back. The knife feels pretty good. It feels like a good quality knife, in my opinion. It's very tight, there's no wiggle. The blade's very tight. Everything feels good. Then here's this edge. It's a QR code. There's that end, and then this end. One of the things that concerns me that maybe I have a fake is that I can't hardly close it. So it came in this bubble wrap sleeve, and then here it is. We're gonna take a close look at it, like so. You could see the texture in this handle. And I'll tell you, the first thing I noticed, I knew it was big when I ordered it, but the first thing I noticed when I got it was how light it is. And in fact, I got my scale out so I can show you how light it is. I've already weighed it. I don't remember what it is, but 204 grams. No, not even close. 188 grams. That's pretty good, in my opinion, for a knife this size. I wanted to point out that this pocket clip is not reversible, and it feels very stiff. I feel like I'm going to rip my fingernail off trying to bend it. Oh, sorry about bumping the camera, the tripod there. You could see that this is recessed into the handle, and if you look, you could see where the screw holes come through all the way through the liner. So, and there's nothing on this side, so you can't move this over here. I mean, I suppose if you were handy with a Dremel and tap and die, you could probably Dremel a flat area out here and then drill and tap these holes for the pocket clip. You'll see that it says cold steel right there, that it's stamped into the pocket clip. I could have swore I watched a fake video and they showed where it would be etched if it was fake, but this is stamped. I don't know if that's true or not. You can see we have pens throughout. It's skinny, so it wants to focus on, it wants to look through it and focus on everything on the junk on the table. As you can see, we have a screw here, here, and then one through the blade. We have a pin here, here. We have I would guess I would call this a liner lock. We have a thumb stud. We have these, I guess people call these quillions. That's another word for like a cross guard. Cross guard would be more, maybe more for like a sword. But here's the blade. On this side it says lite 6. And only one edge is sharp. We have a nice point. I don't know what you call this, a fake edge. I'm assuming that has to do with helping penetrate. See, the thumb stud is got these lines machined in, and we have looks like a Torx or a star bit on the other side holding it in. I'm sure I'll be putting Loctite on that at some point. So that's it. Now, as far as size, that's huge. So if I put this hand all the way down at the bottom, I can almost get another hand clear up. I can almost hold this with two hands. So I know the lighting sucks. I got junk everywhere. Pardon the mess. So the knife is huge. I won't pretend to know a whole lot about knife fighting or knife defense, but I went with this because I felt like I wanted something bigger than what I had. I wanted something more lethal, something more dangerous for self-defense purposes. So I guess I could break out some of my other knives in comparison. So here's a CRKT M16. Some would probably say that this is too big. I've been EDCing these CRKT knives for a while. I've got another one that's an M21. I've had this one since probably 2009, if I had to guess. So I'll just place that next to... Boy, this looks like crap. I got junk everywhere, don't I? Let's see here if I can make this a little better. So yeah, this blade is 6 inches. I haven't measured it myself, but it looks huge. I guess I have a scale here. 6-inch scale. Huh. Looks like it's closer to, I'd say it's 5 7/8. I cannot stand SAE. If we were to use the metric system, which is way more precise and I don't got to do fractions in my head, it's 150 millimeters would be 6 inches. And this is 147 and a half, like 148 millimeters. So it's pretty close to 6. I guess on the back of the box, what they mentioned, the thickness was 4 millimeters. Wonder why we use millimeters for the blade thickness, but not for the blade length. We'll see if I agree with the 4 millimeters. Yeah, it's 4 millimeters. Okay, so one thing that I'm very concerned with this knife is that I can't close it with one hand. And it almost seems like now I back in 2005, somewhere between 2004 and 2006 or 7, I want to say it was about 2005, I had the lite 4-inch by Cold Steel. And it seems like I mean, it was pretty much identical. It seems like it was also hard to close with one hand at first, but I eventually, I don't know if I lubricated it, modified it, or just my thumbs got stronger, let my thumbnails grow out, or if it just got broken, I don't know. But I can't close this with one hand. They have this checkerboarding here. Man, I'm giving it my all. That hurts. I mean, that hurts pretty bad. And my thumbs are pretty calloused because I've been messing with OTFs off and on for a couple of months. So what I've been doing is I've been taking this old junk knife or anything I got laying around to pry the lock down, and then I can close it. One of the YouTube videos I watched, I could have swore a guy said that it was too easy to pull the blade out. And boy, it is not easy on this. It feels smooth, and it seems like I could probably expect this to get broken in, but as you can see, it's not going anywhere. Now if I flip it, it'll go on down and open. So I want to be able to open and close this rapidly, and I can't close it. And because of that, it slows the whole operation down. So I don't know if I need to file an edge. You know, we've got two edges that meet up. This liner lock is spring. Come on, just focus. Springs up against the back of the blade here. I don't know if it'd be easier to push. Damn, that's hard. That is fucking hard. That pisses me off. One didn't show up, and the one that did show up, I can't even close. So I want this to be a good. I want to talk about the good things about this knife, but I'm very frustrated. I can't blame the manufacturer. I can't blame Cold Steel. I don't think they're the manufacturer. I think they have some company in China putting these together, but I can't blame Cold Steel for this, for me not getting the knife. And it's possible that I've got a fake here. I don't know for sure. I suspect I don't. I suspect I just need to, I don't know. I need to change something about open and closing, or closing that. And I read on the internet about some dudes, some other dudes that claim to be pretty big, pretty muscular guys were having a hard time getting that closed. And I agree. I can't, you can't get your thumb where you need it. This little tiny hole is where they expect you to push in. God, that hurts. So that's ruining this experience. The fact that I can't close it is ruining having this knife. I really wanted to talk about how great it is, but it puts me in a bad mood that I have this awesome knife, but I can't even close it. I have to carry a special something with me. And basically what I'm doing is I'm just sticking anything. This is an old junk Pakistani knife. And I just get anything in there and I just pry it down. I don't know what the solution is. It feels like what needs to happen is this. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. They've got this groove here like you're supposed to stick your thumb in and push in and down. But I can only push it so far. And then they have this gridding, just focus, like you're supposed to put your thumb on that and push. But you don't push down or this way. It needs to go that way. And you need to make sure that you don't get your energy confused and put a bunch of pressure back here, because that'll actually make it harder. There, I got it, but you see it took two hands. So I'm hoping that somehow this knife straightens up. I guess I wanted to also point out that the this has basically a hook here. So as you pull it out of your pocket, yeah, I've got, my pants are shredded from all my knives, shred my pockets up. As you can see, it fits into my pocket. And as you pull it out of your pocket, you push to the back and keep your hands away from the blade. Otherwise, your fingers are going to keep it locked into position. So you want to hold it something like this. And as you pull it out of your pocket, it opens. And then there you go. What else can I say about it? Well, it is huge. This is not something you're going to want to pull out in front of someone to open your mail. Unless you're like, I don't know, a ninja or a soldier or, I don't know, a Viking. I personally don't have a problem with big knives, but I know that there's a negative stigmatism applied to pretty much knives in general, especially large knives. I happen to live in a state that does not limit the size of our knife. Very, very few restrictions in my state regarding knives. I think Chinese stars and ballistic knives are about it. So, what else can I say? Well, I can't vouch for that steel. I don't know that much about knives. I can't say that that's a good steel or not. So I guess it's made in Taiwan. I would have assumed China. I really don't know the difference. If China or Taiwan's better. I can tell you that it sparkles, and I don't know if I like that. So you're in a self-defense situation, and again, I'm going to pull out the CRKT M16. This knife's in my pocket, and I've got someone that's about to attack me. I could pull this blade, cup it in my hand pretty easily, and it's black. You're not going to see it until perhaps it's too late for the attacker. Now, that could prove to be a good thing, because if someone attacks you, I can't open and close this thing quickly, so I'm just going to pretend that I've pulled it out, whoosh, deployed the blade. Now, would that intimidate an attacker? Would an attacker back off as soon as he saw this? I don't know. It may escalate. He may pull a gun. I really don't know. So, yeah, you gotta be aware that this thing definitely shines. I was contemplating taking a piece of tape and covering the sharpened edge, and then lightly coating this with like a light black, like a matte black paint. I even was thinking about maybe shooting a little bit inside here while it's still nice and clean and new before it gets filled up with gunk. This is a real smooth, polished steel. I don't know much about painting. I may not have success. It may not want to stick. It may also look like crap. But the thing's big enough that you could use this as a self-defense weapon without even deploying the blade. You can use this for striking, smashing someone in the head, hitting them in the kidneys. We have some sharp edges right here. If you drag this across someone's head, across someone's forehead, they're probably going to bleed. This is sharp. It's too sharp, in my opinion. Other ways you can open this, we got the thumb stud. I wish I could open it all the way, but since I can't close it, I'm not going to. Mine's stiff, so that's kind of hard. Now I know that I could open it with my thumb stud. I'm not giving it all, just because I don't want to fight closing it again. One thing that I've done for years with my knives is flip them open. It's basically hold them tip down, and you just flip it like so, and boom, it's ready to go. Yeah, I really need to research how I can get this to close better. Do I take it apart and take metal away? Do I take some of the tension off of this spring? I want to be careful because I know that if I tamper with it, I'm not going to have a warranty. Right now I'm assuming a lifetime warranty. Also, I don't want to tamper with it and weaken it. I'm guessing they made it that stiff on purpose so that it won't close on you. This is a big knife to have close on your hands. You'll cut your fingers off. Oh, there we go. We got a nice white wall. We can kind of get an idea of what it looks like. Like I said, the thing is huge. I'm going to put it basically in the crevice of my arm. You can see it reaches all the way out there to my finger. I mean, that's huge. So I don't know a whole lot. I don't know anything about knife self-defense, but I felt like for slashing and stabbing, this is probably gonna guarantee a little more success. I ride a lot of bicycles. I'm not in the best of shape, but I can ride bikes. I've often ride 20 to 27 miles. I got up to 27 miles, 28 miles this fall rather. Round trip, no breaks. And I oftentimes am encountered by idiots with pit bulls who do not have them on leashes. And, you know, I don't think a pit bull is going to care too much about this. A pit bull might care about this, but I would say he's definitely going to care about what's going to happen with this. I think I might be able to cut that dog's throat before he knows what's going on. Or I might gut him while he's on top of me, trying to rip my arm off. I'll have him gutted before he realizes it. I'll lay it right open. I ordered 2. I know this is going to sound crazy, but I ordered 2 because I was thinking I was going to try something. I was going to EDC both left and right pockets, and then I was going to carry something small that I could use for opening mail and packages and stuff that I wouldn't be afraid to whip out and somebody maybe spot. Something like this. You know, I work with the public sometimes. I think that I've got a lot of customers that would be okay with this, but I've got a lot of customers that will probably pass judgment. And so they're not going to know that I have something like this on me. So maybe something small, something like this, to supplement the defense weapons. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. Now, okay, we're at 23 minutes. I'm going to try to wrap this up. I'm going to try to have this done at about 31 minutes. I'm going to show my evolution of thinking. This may not be super important, but basically what I evolved from, I don't even know where this knife came from. I wouldn't carry this. I've had it forever. It might be my dad's. I might have took it from him when I was a kid. He might have gave it to me. I don't know for sure. Seems like I've even tried to give it to him, and he says he doesn't know where it came from. It's got my name. I remember etching my name in it back in the 90s. I don't know. So anyways, started with something like this. And then I think I eventually went to this, and I thought, oh, wow, that's so cool. I got a spring in there. Completely unnecessary. Completely unnecessary to have that spring. So I essentially went from carrying this knife, EDC for years, lost it, got another one, lost it, got another. Somebody gave me this as a gift, 1995 first production run. I don't like carrying it, but I did because I kept losing them, and I had extras. In fact, I think my original one did not have a black clip, and I contacted Gerber and asked them if they could. I think the clip came loose and I lost it, and they sent me a new one, but it was black. I kind of prefer black, to be honest. Great knife, tiny, light. This would open packages all day. Eventually I moved on to this. I want to say I had a couple of these. Spring broke. I had to replace the spring. This is the one I've managed to hold on to. This was a gift. I never really carried this. It's a gift. A manager at one of the local stores gave this to me, and I don't really know why. They don't even sell knives, but he gave it to me nonetheless. So that's not really being counted in my lineup or my evolution thinking here. Same with this. I found this in my car, loaned it to a friend. I found this in there, and I've tried to give it back to him several times, but he keeps leaving it here when he comes by. So I guess it's mine. I've had that for almost 10 years. I had a tie light, 4-inch, that would have been right about here. And it was a tie light 4-inch, and it was great. Gosh, that was a long time ago, 2008 or so. Broke the tip. I threw it away. It was my fault. I broke it throwing it. I don't know why I thought it'd be a good idea to throw that knife, but I did over and over and over, and I eventually broke the tip. And I had to have another knife, so I think I went back to one of these, and eventually I graduated to this. I'm like, you know what? It's time for me to get serious. I don't remember if I was having issues with kids in the neighborhood or something. So I went up to something that was a little more serious, something a little more practical in terms of self-defense, EDC self-defense. And I lost it. And I want to say I got this around 2009 or so. Lost it. So I immediately went to go get another, and I saw the Tonto edge. I'm like, I'm going to go with that. Don't really know if there's any kind of benefit between the two tips. In fact, I venture to say that this would probably be easier to sharpen. Maybe not. Maybe this will be easier to sharpen. I don't know. Everyone says these are better for penetration. I'm pretty sure I've seen the data on that, and that's not true. They're about the same. So, got this, found this. So now I have two. This one is only a few months old. I mean, I ordered this right away when I lost this, probably back in 2013, and I ordered this like right away. Within the week, this was on its way. Bearing went out. There's a bearing in here somewhere. It went out, so it was hard to open and close. I sent it back to CRKT. They sent me a new one about 2 months ago, so here it is. That's why it looks all shiny and new. You can see I've tried stabbing it into some wood, which is the tip. The paint on the tip's kind of gone. Anyways, these knives are great, but I saw OTFs. Only got a minute or so to go, so I'm not going to talk a whole lot about OTFs. But so I picked up one of these. I thought it was great. This was great acquiring this guy. But I thought I thought the blade was too thin. It's a great little knife. It's never misfired. But it felt like it was too small for self-defense. It felt like I could just imagine a pit bull jumping on me, attacking me, whatever. And I stab this into the shoulder of a pit bull. I miss going for its neck. I go into the shoulder. It jumps. It jerks. The blade breaks off inside the animal. He's still attacking me. So I went with something a little more significant, something a little more substantial. So here's this guy. Lightning OTF. This one is broken. Keep in mind, these knives are no more than maybe a month and a half old, if I had to guess. I don't know for sure. This is broke. I'm going to try to fix it. I'm not going to get into what's broke. That's another video. I still like them. I still believe in them. But I found their weak spot. And I played with it over and over and over and over. And I eventually wore out a mechanism that I'll talk about in another video. And then I thought, you know what? I got a thicker blade now. But now I feel like the handle is going to break. I felt like this handle is going to pop off. There's only two little screws holding that together. You know, if I jam this into a shoulder or something of a pit bull and he jerks and jumps and I'm riding around or something, I don't know, maybe he jerks in a way and it just breaks the handle. I don't know. I just felt like this handle didn't feel super resilient. So then I moved on to this guy. an Atomic Defender, significantly heavier. In fact, too heavy. It's a dagger, OTF, and it's a clone. It's a rip-off. I think it's trying to rip off Microtech something. Saber? It's like its name, I think its name is something of like, in Halo 2, the video game, there's like a four-legged or six-legged giant thing like a spider. I can't remember what it's called, but I think that this has the same name. Maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm way off. But anyways, too heavy. And this is tearing my pockets up. That rough material and this tight pen, there's almost always jean or pants material in there because every time I pull it out, boom, it's right there. So I wanted something more lethal and I wanted something easier deployed. And then here we are. So technically, these folders that hook your pockets while being pulled out of your pockets are faster than these OTFs. All right, so I've got like 50 seconds to go, so I need to wrap this up. Yeah, I can definitely deploy the blade faster on these than I can these. These you have to pull out of your pocket, reposition your hand, then deploy the blade. That's something you don't think about. These can go from your pocket to being opened as it's coming out of your pocket. So anyways, that's all I got, and that's how I ended up here. And I've got more on the way. I just wanted to quickly talk about that. So anyways, that's all I got for now.